Hi, I'm Cameron Coulter. This is my persuasive speech. Here's my audience. Here's 2 and the other 4. Alright. So many tools are used to enhance students' learning environment in the classroom, from school supplies to advanced computer software. None are used more than textbooks. And every college course nowadays are requiring students to buy textbooks to go along with the courses. And the American Association for the Advancement of Science says, in today's classroom, textbooks serve as a tool and a tutor, a guidebook and a gauge. Teachers throughout the world use text to guide their instruction, so textbooks greatly influence how content is delivered. So if textbooks are this influential on a student's education, you would think that textbooks would be easier to get and be more accessible, but sadly this is not the case. And last year I attended Texas A&M University, where I had to spend nearly $600 to $700 on textbooks, and actually still have this oceanography textbook, which costs nearly $160. And like many other students, I've been left with a book just to sit here and collect dust while I wonder how the bookstores got away with charging such a high price. So today I'd like to express the need for a change in textbook prices and provide some solutions for this problem. Most college courses require textbooks that are very pricey, and the University of Wisconsin reported that in 2008, students were paying between $800 and $1,200 for books and supplies, and that textbook prices are growing on average at 6% per year. Now, I also have some statistics written on these note cards about textbook prices in the recent years, which I will pass around to my audience, and you guys can view that. And so bookstores say that they provide alternatives to paying full price for their books, such as renting or buying books used, but these alternatives still make the students feel like they're being ripped off, as rental prices are still very high, and you can purchase books used, but whenever you try and sell them back, you usually can only receive about a small fraction of the amount you initially paid back. So it's time we find a new way to go about this without burning a hole in college students' pockets. Simply complaining will get us nowhere, and the only answer would be to change the system from the inside out. Students need to realize that they are being ripped off, and they need to make an effort to make books more affordable. So one plan is to simply boycott the bookstores and to just purchase your book and then hand them down to each person who's going to take the class after you. But the main flaw with this is that universities it seems like they almost work with the textbook stores in updating their curriculum to make the textbooks need to be upgraded, and the newer editions requiring each class to have to purchase the books and leaving little to no resale value on the textbooks. So therefore I believe that we should join together with the universities and come up with a plan where a solution where everyone can benefit from it. And this plan is that the schools would have books available and students would be able to make a down payment, and at the end of the year they could return the books back to the university and receive their down payment back if no damage is done. This way responsible students can save money and not have to pay for whenever they're using their books, and then the universities can still get money from the students who might not have been as responsible and had damage to their books and did not get the down payment back. So as of now, university bookstores see no problem with the current situation because students are required to get these books if they want to pass the class in theory, so they have the demand, or the demand is still present with the students. They need the books, so they have the supply and can charge whatever price they'd like. So we need to show that we will not take it anymore, and these books are expensive, and that the current alternatives that students are using is to simply not buy the books, which they are suffering and getting less value out of their education without having these supplemental textbooks with them to get the full education they deserve. So in a recent survey conducted by the Student Public Interest Research Group, 70% of respondents had decided against buying at least one assigned textbook due to the high cost. While some of these students reported sharing or borrowing instead, 78% still believe that they would generally do worse in a class without their own copy of the required text. So it is up to us to make the change and to have our voices be heard. The current system needs to change, and together we can make this happen. Thank you.